Hey everyone, welcome back. Haval H6 Ultra Hybrid is definitely a good car, but it's not perfect for sure. It comes with number of features which are not even available in other branded luxury cars. But these features come with few problems. I have talked about few issues with Havel H6 already in my previous videos. However, I wanted to do a separate video on this topic so that you would know what type of issues you may face when driving this car. There are some minor convenience issues which can be ignored as it depends on the individuals who are driving this car. But there are few which must be looked by Havel in its future upgrade. So, without wasting the time, let's begin. Number 10. Heads-up display. It is a very good feature and adds comfort to your driving. But if you are wearing polarized sunglasses, then the heads-up display visibility gets reduced to almost zero. And you may have to take off your glasses to be able to use this function, which is just a compromise in your driving comfort. It's not a huge issue, but who wants to change their glasses based on the car they are driving? Number 9. Indicator sound. You might wonder what this is about. When you are driving this car and waiting at a signal for a few minutes with your indicator on, it can become quite annoying. It's because the car switches to EV mode, so there's no engine noise, which is great. However, if you are not listening to the radio or music, then the indicator sound becomes more noticeable and it starts to irritate you. Number 8. Blind spot mirrors are incredibly useful for lane changes, but they can sometimes trigger false alarms when you are simply turning and staying in your own lane. The car might mistakenly think you are changing lanes and could collide with another vehicle, causing loud alarms that create unnecessary panic. Number 7. Boot trunk sensors. They are great when you need them, but I have encountered issues with their sensitivity multiple times. For instance, if you sit on the boot to put on shoes or for any other reason, the boot door might suddenly start closing on its own. This has scared me several times and is definitely a safety hazard that needs to be addressed. Number 6. Havel H6 has a nice interior with this piano black finish. This looks great, but keeping this piano black clean and shiny is quite challenging task. No matter how often you clean these parts, you'll always find fingerprints or dust gathering on them, which doesn't look great. Number 5. AVM. This is undoubtedly a very useful feature and comes in handy on many occasions. However, it has one limitation. If you enable the setting that allows AVM to automatically activate when the indicators are on, you can't use the main screen during this time. I couldn't find a way to access the main screen option when AVM is on. You can't turn on the steering heating using the asterisk button, and more importantly, if you are using Android Auto or Apple CarPlay for navigation, you won't be able to see the map on the screen and will have to wait for the AVM to deactivate. Number 4. Havel H6 has an option to save favorite radio stations, but the problem is you cannot use any button on your steering to switch between your favorite stations. You got this asterisk button which can be used to tune into top of the favorite station. However, if you want to tune to second favorites or maybe the third, then you can't do it from your steering. You'll have to use the main screen for this purpose, which is definitely not a good option as it distracts you from your driving. A lot of people are complaining about this and I'm sure Havel must be doing something to fix this. Number 3. Another issue which might not affect everyone but is quite inconvenient for me is the resting position for the left leg. While driving, we rest our left leg and use the right foot for the pedals. However, the left leg's resting position isn't very comfortable, and during longer drives, it can become quite bothersome. There is no cushion padding in this area, which can cause discomfort and even pain over time. Number 2. Adaptive and intelligent cruise control. These features are fantastic, but come with some limitations. As I mentioned in my previous video, adaptive cruise control can adjust speed and apply brakes based on road curves or traffic conditions. However, it's not perfect. I have experienced issues where these functions suddenly slows down the car if it detects a vehicle changing lanes or a car waiting at a stop sign to enter the lane. Sometimes the braking is so abrupt that it could potentially cause a rear end collision. I still use adaptive cruise control because it works great on expressways where traffic conditions don't change rapidly. I think a lot of improvement can be done by Havel to make them perfect. Number 1. ELK Emergency Lane Keeping. This feature I have discussed in detail in my one of the videos. It may be a good safety feature, but Havel needs to do a lot of optimization to make it perfect. I think in its current form, this is not helping anyone but causing a lot of frustration to the drivers. As covered in my past video, this function tries to keep the car in the lane, even though you are trying to exit the lane. So, it's a fight between ELK and you, which is a safety hazard, especially when you are driving in an expressway. This cannot be turned off permanently, so you have to turn off manually every time you start your car. These are the things I don't like about the Havel Edge 6. What about you? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.